Lady to Winter here, and today we are trying a new format with the videos. We're going to be doing clips of things all put together into one video and see how you guys like that instead of the 2 and 3 minute clip videos that I already have up. We'll see how it goes. I'm happier with the format that way. You get to see everything I'm doing in 1 month instead of little bits and pieces. And this way, if I don't finish a crochet project right away, you still get to see it in its current form. So, okay, in the last video we made, sorry, in the last video we made, we showed you the beginning of this sweater. This is panel 1. That is the panel. The stitch markers are to show how many stitches or how many rows in between so that I know how many rows I have to make of this. But this is it so far. This is panel 1. And here is panel 2. So here it is so far. I still got a lot of work left to do, but that will be a straight up the back panel until it gets to the other panel's collar, and then I'll sew them both together, add sleeves and a neckline, and this one will be done as well. Stay tuned. I have been a busy little bee this fall because not only did I go yarn shopping, I got a bunch of loops and thread stuff. As you can see, this is all loops and threads here, loops and threads, and then I got Crafter's Secret over here. Of course, my coffee. Hey there, pumpkin. And then I've got this, which is kind of new to Crafter's Secret. I've never seen this kind of yarn before in Crafter's Secret, which I thought was pretty cool. So I made this. These are 2 pot holders for my kitchen for fall. I love these colors. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. Are they not awesome? And here's the rest of it. I don't remember what it's called, though, because I don't have the label handy. But I love these colors. They are the Magic Pot Holder pattern. Margaret Olander, once again. And I put them together, and I just absolutely love them. They're very good with heat, too. Even though it looks like it's a much thinner yarn, that's really nice and thick and good with heat. So, if you haven't tried that, try the Crafter's Secret. And like I said, I'm not sure what the other color is, but this one is Citrine Sheen. And look at how they got that. That's new. That's something I've never seen in Crafter's Secret yarn before. So that is really kind of cool. So, that's what I've been doing. I've been drinking coffee and making crocheted things. I bought this fabric. I saw it on Sarah Satch Crochets, and I bought 5 yards of it. I've got plenty of this fabric. So now what I'm going to do with it is make a bench cover. So what I did was I bought foam pad, the length of my bench. Okay, and now I have cut the fabric. As you can see, I've cut it the length of the pad. Now all I have to do is sew it. So there. That is our next project. We are making a bench cover. 2 of them, actually. Because my hands give me such a fit sewing, this is what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to do 1 edge at a time until I get all the edges sewed, and then I'll fold it across the foam and sew it closed. So there we go. Let's see how this works. First time I've ever done this, guys, so I have no idea what I am doing. Here's the result. We used Velcro and fabric tape, and instead of sewing it and killing my hand because I wasn't being able to sew this much. This is duck cloth. It's very hard to hand sew, and like an idiot, I gave my sewing machine away. So we used Velcro and fabric tape and yarn to hold it down. And so there it is. There's 2 of them. This is one. I'm not going to show you the other because it's kind of difficult. But here's the result of the bench covers. So I stumble through things as best I can, but I have to give credit to my son because he's very good at wrapping Christmas presents, and we used a video. We used a video where the woman wrapped a similar pad in fabric and put it in her son's room as a bench. So, awesome work. Thank you, Dev. I expected that again. Anyway, in one clip I showed you my yarn haul from Michael's. Here is another clip where I show you my fabric. Now these are going to be napkins for my son, who's for Halloween, who's really into the skull and crossbones, although he has this kind of stuff up all year long and not only at Halloween. So I am going to take these fat quarters and I am going to make cloth napkins out of them. Now you've seen me do this before. This is not the first time I've ever done it, but I will have to cut that down a bit. It's 18 to 21 inches, and I usually make my napkins about 16, 17 inches both ways. I don't remember what it's called, width, length, whatever. But anyway, I usually make it about 17 inches both ways. So some of this will have to be cut off, and I'm going to have to sew the edges. Now, sewing with my hands the way it is very difficult. As you see in the clip from the start of the bench cover, it took me quite a while to sew that, and I had to give my hand a 3-day rest afterwards. So that's why I'm starting these early, so that I can get them done in time for Halloween. Wish me luck. I'm not sure that's going to work either, but I've got several other napkins that I need to finish. I've got some watermelon napkins. I've got some St. Patrick's Day gnome napkins, and I've got some holiday Christmas winter trees to finish. So let's see if we actually get any of it done this month. Well, here is one of the peppers. Now, yeah, it's a little misshapen, but it's as big as my hand, and that is plenty good enough for me. So let's go see what else we have. Whoops, stay there, little guy. Let's go see what else we have in the garden. Look at those little beauties. Look at those little beautiful peppers. There's 2 right there, and I took one. You saw the video, the one, and I thought there was another pepper here someplace, but now I can't find him. Maybe it's just those 2. Oh, here he is, right here. Here he is, right there. There he is. Look at that. Look at that. That's a beautiful one. He's going to be so pretty. Now, as you can see, the radishes, I took the netting off, the stronger netting, and put this on. They're looking a little bit draggly, but they will stand back up again. Now here, we have carrots. We have carrots. Yes. And of course, we have these 2 beautiful purple peppers. See them? Beautiful purple peppers. We've already gotten one off, and it looks like we have another flower down there someplace, right there. And I think that's all we have on there. Now, as for tomatoes, this little plant was dying, but look at him. He's got oodles of tomatoes now. Oodles of tomatoes. And he looks terrible, but he still has oodles of tomatoes. Look at that. Look at that. And of course the flowers, they're kind of dying off. It's summertime. The purple kale, which I planted, still hasn't come up yet. I don't know if it's going to. Here's the beautiful orange chrysanthemums I planted. I think they're beautiful. Now, here's something else. These in Ohio are called Johnny Jump Ups, but down here they're called violas. I don't know, but I love them. They're beautiful. I love them. They grow naturally in Ohio, just up out of the pavement. And there is a volunteer calendula. I have trouble saying it. Here's more purple kale that's not coming up yet. Look at the lettuce. Let me get the leaves out of the way. I cleaned this off this morning. I swear to God I did. I swear I cleaned this off. And there we go. There's the lettuce. There's more lettuce. Still the little onions have not come up yet. Nothing there. But that's a volunteer zinnia, along with the volunteer zinnias I'm stepping on. I try not to step on them, and I water them daily. And then here we have more lettuce and more lettuce. I took all the coverlets up so that the plants could actually get a little bit of light, and you know, they're not pressed so hard up against the plastic. There's Buddy, who's hiding in the foliage there. And as for the cosmos, yeah, they're there. I'm going to pull those all up soon and replant them and put lettuce in because they're all dying out. I just have to get the time to do it. So, okay, on to other things. I hope you appreciate my new wind chimes. Yes, I love these things. I thought it was so cute. I got it on Etsy. Took a while to get here. I wouldn't recommend the seller, but I like that quite a bit. I think it's funny. And then, of course, we have these that I bought. Oh, that's peeling off already. I bought that. So, and then over here on the door, there is that. So yeah, we're having a little bit of fun with stickers and stuff. Okay, everybody, you've already seen this part of the sweater. This is very slow going. The sweater is very tough on my hands. It's really thin, small yarn, and I'm trying my hardest to get it done, but it's just not going quickly. So let me show you panel 2. Okay, here is panel 2. This is what I've gotten done with it. Now, in a previous clip, you will have seen that this is a little bit smaller than it was. This is all I've managed to get done, guys. I have been working in the garden. I have been working on other projects. I have had so many things going on. The planter video, the garden, planting for fall, watering every day. It's just been a lot. So forgive me if I'm not getting the crocheted objects done as soon as I should. And yeah, that's a little curved this way, but it'll all work out in the end. It always does. My crocheting always curves one way or the other and then works out just fine. Now, as you see the stitch markers here, that is counting my rows. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I have 13 more rows until this panel is finished and I can sew it all together. Hopefully I'm going to get it done in the next couple of days. But I'm not really counting on that with what's going on now. So I'll update you when the sweater is done. That'll probably be a separate video. Okay, everyone, that is what I have been up to in October. So far, I may have a couple more little videos to throw in later. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it very rarely because things are just really busy right now. But I've got a lot more plans. I've got a lot more things going on, videos, ideas, all kinds of stuff. So stay tuned to my channel. You'll get to see more, trust me. Bye-bye for now. Remember, you're never too old to do anything you put your mind to doing. Sometimes you just have to find a workaround.